Okay, in the previous class I was telling about this insertion loss. Insertion loss, that is due to the insertion of network in between the source and load. So if you connect the source and load directly, we will be having the output voltage equal to V naught. If you insert a network in between the source and load, measure the output voltage, that is you call it as a V naught dash. Okay. So that is called the insertion of a network. If we insert the network and measure the output voltage, and without a network measure the output voltage V naught. We take a ratio of those two and calculate the value, whatever we are getting, that is it's called as a insertion loss. I was telling about this in the previous class. Okay, it is defined as expressing as a difference in, if you usually this is insertion loss is expressed in terms of decibel. So if it is in terms of decibel, then it is defined as a ratio, it is defined as the difference in between the power received at the load before and after the insertion of a circuit. So you take a power without a network, without inserting this resonator circuit, and measure the power with inserting the network, take a difference of those two, that is called as a insertion loss. Okay, insertion loss usually expressed in terms of decibel, and it is defined as, it is a minus 10 log 10 V naught dash divided by V naught whole square. See, usually it is a, as I said, it is a power, we are measuring power. So if we consider it as a voltage square divided by resistance, that is a R. Okay, V naught square by R, that gives the power. This is a V naught square by R. Here also V naught by R is there. V naught square by R is there. So R cancels. So remaining we have here V naught dash divided by V naught. Here is a V naught dash means this is the voltage when the network is inserted into the in between the source and load, and V naught is the voltage when this circuit is not inserted between the RS and RL. So and we were taken it as a square of those two ratio, V naught dash divided by V naught whole square. Okay, that gives the power here. So it is, you can write it as a, so minus 20 log of this, and automatically here is a division is there. This is the power output power when there is a network is inserted, and if this is when the power is without that network. So like it is a difference of power between the when the circuit is inserted or when the circuit is not inserted, that gives the insertion loss. Okay, that means how much that power is dissipated in the network. So if there is a L and C are not perfect, for example, if L and C are not perfect, automatically there is a dissipation of power. So usually power dissipates in the resistance part of this LC components. LC components, as we said, imperfect components. Imperfect components means they have a resistance, that is the RS is there. So because of that resistance, there is a dissipation of power here and here. And how much power dissipates, that depends upon the value of that resistance value. So that we are how much power dissipates here, that we are insertion loss is there, that we are calculating in this topic. Okay. So here as I said, for resonator with a perfect LC components, resonator with perfect LC components, that means resistance is 0. Okay, L and C have a quality factor equal to infinity, that means RS is equal to 0. Then insertion loss will be 0 dB. See, 0 dB. Because see, this network, to find an insertion loss, what we are doing, we are measuring the output voltage without this resonator circuit. So that is the V naught here. So what is the voltage here without this network? That is RS connected directly to the load resistance RL without resonator network. Find out what is the voltage across this resistance. So that is the V naught here. Okay, without network, we have to find out the output voltage. That is the V naught here. Now what we have to do, we have to insert this network. Then we have to find. We are inserting means we have to take a equivalent resistance of this L and C. Automatically they are not dissipating any power. So again the circuit will be like this only, RS and RL. Okay, it has there is no power dissipation in this L and C. That's why again we will be getting the same equivalent circuit. So V naught dash we will be getting the same value. Okay, V naught is equal to V naught dash. That is perfect components are there. If there are perfect component are there, V naught is equal to V naught dash. So that if you substitute in this equation, you will be getting 0 dB. That is a log 10 1 base here is a 1. Okay, log 1 is equal to 0. So that is 0 dB. Dissipation of power is a 0. Okay, so that is for perfect LC components, if components are perfect. So now if there is a imperfect components are there. Okay, imperfect component means this L and C have a resistance. So that I have written here, see imperfect components, assuming this capacitor is a perfect one. Capacitor has no resistance. It is a perfect component, but L has a resistance, which is an imperfect component. Then the equivalent circuit is like this. This is a XP in parallel with the RPL. Okay, this is a XP only, it has no resistance. So, but inductor is replaced by its equivalent circuit, parallel equivalent circuit. Okay, this I taught already in the previous class, equivalent circuit of imperfect inductor. So that is XP in parallel with the RPL. So now the equivalents, the circuit is like this for imperfect components. And now for power is dissipating in this resistance. Okay, the power dissipates in this resistance. So to calculate the voltage, now we have to consider this resistance RPL. That is with inserting the network. If we insert a resonator network, then the equivalent circuit will be like this. You should consider RPL, then calculate the output voltage. So output voltage V naught dash, that is voltage across these two terminals, but one more resistance is there here. Okay, so that the output voltage V naught dash with the imperfect LC components, we should calculate between these two terminals. So that is the voltage between these two terminals. It is a voltage drop across this. Okay, RPL in parallel with the RL. That is for an imperfect component now. See, if a capacitor also imperfect, then what we have to do? We should include the resistance of this capacitor also here. Okay, then two resistors will be there, RPL and RPC, and the voltage is across RPC, RPL and RL. Okay, so like that. So now I have taken only inductor as a imperfect. Its resistance we should take while calculating the output voltage V naught dash. Okay, so that is with the inserting the network, find out what is the voltage here. To calculate that voltage, what you have to do? You should find the resistance of this and put it here. So now RL in parallel with RPL, you have to take voltage across this parallel combination is the V naught dash. Okay, that you have to calculate V naught dash. That is the voltage, output voltage with the insertion of the network, insertion of this resonator. V naught dash is equal to this simplified circuit, because after resonance this XP and XL will cancel. Okay, they are opposite to each other. Only we will be getting at resonance this RPL in parallel with the RL. So V naught dash is across this. You have to calculate V naught dash. But without resonator circuit, V naught, that is without means we are not inserting this. Just connect RS to the RL. You find out whatever the voltage. That is the V naught here. So V naught we measure, then insert, and its equivalent is like this. Again you find out the voltage, that is the V naught dash. Now you take a ratio of these two, V naught dash by V naught, that gives the insertion loss. Using this equation we can find the insertion loss. Okay, so like that automatically you are now taking previously without resonator circuit, what we have only voltage drop across resistance RL was considered. But now you see here RPL in parallel with RL. For V naught dash, what you have to do? RPL in parallel with RL you have to take. Voltage drop across this parallel combination we have to calculate. Okay, so that is different from this V naught automatically. That gives to the insertion loss, whatever is. So it may be based on the value of this RPL, based on the value of resistance, inductor resistance. The value of V naught dash changes. Okay, because RPL now in parallel with the RL, that net resistance changes, output resistance changes, so automatically voltage also changes here, V naught dash. It depends upon the value of RL. So the ratio now is different now for if imperfect component is there. Okay, so that is insertion loss. You have to calculate like this. Okay, so we will do one problem on this. We will see the problem, how the problem will be appearing in the examination on this insertion loss. So this is a type of question you may expect in the examination on this insertion loss. See here the question is, calculate the insertion loss of the LC resonant circuit shown in figure A. Okay, at F is equal to 1430 megahertz, RS is equal to RL equal to 1 kilo ohm. RS, RL are there, they are equal to 1 kilo ohm. Inductor is there, its value is equal to 0.05 millihenry, but the quality factor is 10. They have given here. It has a quality factor. Inductor is a imperfect component here. But a capacitor is given, it is a 25 picofarad, but quality factor of that is equal to infinity. That means it's a perfect capacitor. Okay, capacitor is a perfect capacitor, but inductor is imperfect. So we should get a value of this. You have to write a equivalent circuit of this. Okay, inductor. So I have written here inductor in parallel with the equivalent circuit of this. So take a value of this QC, get the value of RS. From that RS you can get a value of RPL. So that you have to write here. So I have replaced the inductor by its equivalent circuit XP in parallel with the RPL. But capacitor is taken the value at only XP. There is no resistance here because its quality factor equal to infinity. So now we have to find out what is the value. We take this RS is given 1K and RL is given 1K. Okay. So what we have to do to find the insertion loss? First we have to find out the voltage without inserting the network. That means you remove this, just connect RS directly to the RL. See like this. This is a circuit. Okay. You connected RS directly to the RL and find out the voltage across this resistance. Okay, what is that resistance? What is the voltage here? V0. V0 is given by current flowing through this resistance multiplied by this resistance value. Okay, current through this resistance is given by Vi. So this is I have taken Vi divided by addition of these two resistance, that is 1000 plus 1000. Okay, multiplied by this 1K, that is 1000 again. Okay, if you do this, you will be getting V0 equal to 0.5 Vi. Keeping this Vi value is not given, so put the V0 in terms of Vi only. So that is this 0.5 Vi. Okay, so without inserting the network, if you connect RS directly to the RL, V0 is equal to 0.5 Vi. Next, what you have to do, you have to find out a V0 dash. That is find out again voltage drop across this RL. Okay, but circuit must be inserted. Our LC circuit is inserted. So find out, insert the circuit, find out the voltage across this RL. Okay, usually at the resonant frequency. At resonant frequency, automatically the equivalence of this XP cancels with the XP, this capacitor XP cancels with this inductor XP. Only remaining is RPL. So that equivalent circuit is like this. See here, this is a equivalent circuit. 1K, but this resonator is replaced by RPL. That is RPL is 4.5 kilo ohm. Okay. So how to get this RPL? I already told in the previous class. Okay. If you know the quality factor of this inductor, okay, and the inductor value and operating frequency, you can get a value of RS. Okay. So that is like a component quality factor. You go to component quality factor. Component quality factor is given by XS divided by RS. Okay, so this we know the value of this QC, and also we know XS. XS means it is a 2 pi L inductor 1. You substitute that in this equation. Substitute the value of X. X means omega L. Omega means 2 pi F into L. So this is 2 pi, this is F, and this is a L value. You substitute and divided by QC. QC is given component quality factor 10. Okay, you will be getting the value of RS. Okay, that is 45 ohm. If you know the RS value, we can get the RPL, that is the equation I have given in the previous class. QC square plus 1 multiplied by RS. We know the RS, QC we have, put that in this equation, you will be getting RPL, that is equal to 4.5 kilo ohm. Okay, so this is RPL is equal to 4.5 kilo ohm. Hello, is it audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Is
Yes,
it
ma'am,
okay?
it is audible.
Okay, okay. The boys are there, they are not speaking. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Audible.
Sure, ma'am.
Hello, is it okay? Voice is clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 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 This. Okay. RPL is equal to 4.5 kilo. Okay. This V naught is not there. I simply copied. I have to remove this. Okay. RPL is equal to 4.5 kilo ohm. So I have this value RPL. I substitute that in this equation. That is 4.5 kilo ohm here. Okay. So this is a one with resonator circuit. Now we have to find out the voltage. So we have a resonator here. Resonator means this 4.5 kilo ohm is representing a resonator circuit because it is a resistance of this resonator. Okay. So that we kept here at the resonant frequency because actually this reactance cancels. Remaining is only RPL. So that we kept here 4.5 kilo ohm. So now again find out the voltage across this terminal, output terminal. Okay. So that is given by what is the voltage across here. You should find out the equivalent of this parallel of 4.5k in parallel with 1k. You make it as a one resistance because they are in parallel across the output terminal. Across the output, these two parallel combination is there. Whatever the drop across this, that is the voltage. So what we have to do? We take a parallel combination of 4.5k and 1k. Okay, so what is that value? We have to find out. That is actually 820 ohms we will be getting. If you take a 4.5k in parallel with the 1k, the value of parallel combination of these two gives rise to 820 ohms. Okay, parallel of this and this gives to 820 ohms. So you take that resistance, you find out a voltage across that. Okay, that is a V naught dash. Okay, 4.5k, 1k in parallel, 820 ohms. So we are finding voltage across. That means 820 volts multiplied by current. So current is given by this is the current flowing through this parallel combination. That is 1k VI. This is a VI. VI that divided by. Okay. So this is. Okay, so this VI is VI divided by this 1000 plus 820 multiplied by 820 we have to do to get a voltage across this. This parallel combination is 820 ohms. So multiply that by current. Current is given by VI divided by 1000 plus 820. Okay, so we will be getting V naught dash. That is 0.45 VI. You will be getting 0.45 VI because I have taken this VI only here. So here what we got without resonator network, we got a 0.5 VI, and the voltage when the network is inserted, it is 0.45 VI. Okay, now you take the ratio of those two here, you will be getting it is 0.9. Ratio is a 0.5, a 0.9. If you take in decibels, it is equal to 0.92 dB. Okay, we will be having 0.92 dB. So that is the insertion loss. This much of insertion loss is there when the network is inserted. That is because of 4.5 kilo ohm. It added with the this RL along with this. That is because of a resonator circuit. The output voltage reduces to 0.45 VI. Previously it is 0.5 VI. If without resonator circuit, it is 0.5 VI. Okay, but with the resonator circuit we will be having 0.45 VI. Okay, that's why the power also reduces here. Power is only 0.92 decibels. Okay, so power is this one. Insertion loss is this 0.92 dB insertion loss. Okay, so this way we can calculate the that insertion loss introduced by this resonator circuit. So that insertion loss depends on the component this resistance value, that is the RS here, series resistance, because there only the power is going to dissipate. Okay, so that is not delivered to the output. The part of that 0.92 dB is dissipated in this network. Okay, so that is a waste of power. Okay, so like the word value insertion loss depends upon the resistance, depends on resistance. So while choosing the components, we have to see they should not introduce more loss. The resonator circuit should not introduce more loss. If the more loss means most of the power is dissipated in resonator circuit only. That means across the resistance of that resonator circuit, it will be dissipating. So that power is a waste. Okay, it is not delivered to the low resistance RL. So we have, while choosing components, we should see what is the power loss in the resonator circuits. Okay, so this is about this insertion loss. Okay, one more problem here, same similar to calculate the insertion loss only. So that is design a parallel resonant circuit to work between a source resistance RS of 1 kilo. Actually this problem I already did it. Design part we were done. Design part we did in the previous class. To the same problem we have to calculate insertion loss. Hello, please put off your mic. One of the mic is on. Hello. Hello. Okay. Okay. Is it audible now? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So see this problem I already discussed. Designing part, design resonator circuit. In that I have given this problem. In the previous class we saw the one. Design a parallel resonant circuit to work between a source resistance 1 kilo ohm and a load resistance of 1 kilo ohm to provide a 3 dB bandwidth of 10 megahertz. 3 dB bandwidth 10 megahertz at a center frequency of 100 megahertz. Okay, up to this we did. Okay, but we were not calculated insertion loss. We were not calculated insertion loss. You see, design the network. Next, what is that? Also calculate the insertion loss. Okay, the question is that usually the question may come like this, because they may ask you to design for 8 marks. The question may be for 8 marks. If the question is 8 marks, the question may come like this. You have to design, and also you should find out the insertion loss. Okay, the second part also. So do not leave by doing only design part. You should calculate the insertion loss also. Okay, so this question is like calculate the insertion loss also. Assume all capacitor are perfect and the inductor has a quality factor of 85. Okay, this I already given. Okay, so that is the question. Now, okay, we will take a design part. Already we did take the design, that is L and C calculation. L and C values you got in the previous class. To give a resonance at 100 megahertz, the circuit resonates at 100 megahertz with a bandwidth of 10 megahertz. Okay, so that we did L and C values in the previous class. This is the procedure. Okay, the value you have to find out quality factor of the circuit using this bandwidth and the resonant frequency. That is also equal to this RE to XP. Okay, so I already told it in the previous class. I am not repeating. So now we will see how to find out the insertion loss. Okay, it is similar to the previous problem. So without the network, you should find out what is the voltage. Okay, so this is the one without without any inserting the network. We have to find out that is equal to 0.5 volts, 0.5 VI. Okay, because 1 plus 1k multiplied by 1k we will be getting 0.5 VI, similar to the previous problem. Okay, but here now with circuit, see it is given inductor is imperfect because its quality factor is mentioned Q of 85. Once it is mentioned Q value, If it is not equal to infinity, then it is an imperfect component. It has a resistance, series resistance. Okay. So Q you got in the previous class. Okay, that RS value. I think we were not calculated RS value. Okay. So we will see here. We have to find out a RS value. So what is that RS value we got in the previous class? RPL, we got a RPL. RS we got from that RS we got a RPL also in the previous class, as I said. It is equal to 3.75 kilo ohm. Just see here in the previous class I did it. This problem, same slides I copied to here. So RPL we found, that is RPL is equal to 3.75 kilo ohm. That is resistance of this inductor resistance we found. Okay, so this RPL, that RPL is 3.75 kilo ohm. In the previous class I told about how to get this value. So you put that here in this equation, in this circuit. So with the insertion of this network, this RPL comes in parallel with the RL. So that I have done here, 3.75K in parallel with the 1K. So you should find out parallel combination of this. What is the resistance, effective resistance of this parallel combination, and we have to find out voltage across that effective resistance. Okay, so parallel combination of this these two is, see, 3.75K in parallel with 1K. Okay, that we have to find, that is 789.5 ohms, 789.5 ohms. So now you should find out voltage across this 789.5 ohms, because the voltage of across these two parallel resistors. Okay, so voltage across these two is given by, find out again current flowing here. Okay, so that is VI divided by 1000 plus 789.5. Okay, multiplied by this parallel combination resistance, that is 789.5. Okay, we will be getting this 0.44 VI, voltage across this is 0.44 VI. So now that is V naught dash. Now you take a ratio of that and log 0.44 VI, 0.5 VI, you take a ratio, you will be getting 1.1 dB. Okay, so the insertion loss is 1.1 dB insertion loss. Voltage is 0.44 volts VI. See, here is compared to the previous problem and this problem is, this difference is 0.45 in the previous problem. It is only 0.44 here. Second digit instead of 5, we got a 4 here. Okay, that introduces a 1.1 dB loss. Okay, so like that, so this is about this. Previously 3.75, what is the resistance we got previous problem? You see 4.5K. Insertion loss is 0.92 dB, but resistance decreases here. See, RPL value is what here, 3.75K. If the RPL is a lesser value, what we found here, insertion loss increases. Okay, so this if lesser the value of this RPL, lesser the value of this, more the loss. Okay, actually it should be infinity. That means it is not RS. Okay, do not think it is RS. RS means that you have to calculate. From that RS you got a RPL. This RPL, lesser the value of RPL, we will be having more loss. Okay, so like that. So that is you have to see the one. So insertion loss 1.1 dB will be lost in the resonator network in the form of heat. Okay, dissipation. Okay, so this is the way of finding the this insertion loss. So the problem, as I said, first part may be to design the one. Next what they may ask you to find out the insertion loss. So both you should do. First you should design the one, like a previous what I told, and you should do the insertion loss also. So that usually carries 8 marks in the examination. Okay. So this is about insertion loss of so in these problems, two problems I have considered only inductor is a imperfect. Okay, inductor we were taken a imperfect, but capacitor is a perfect. But in examination both may be imperfect. Capacitor also may have a resistance. Okay, so in such a case you should consider the resistance of capacitor also. You should consider the capacitor resistance and you should take in parallel with here, okay, to calculate the output voltage V naught. You should put a capacitor resistance also, RPC, parallel RPC will come. That RPC also you should take consideration to calculate the insertion loss, okay. So this is about that insertion loss, okay. So okay, all of you audible? Hello, Jamuna, is there? Jamuna, Nikhil, Ujjwal, were you ordered Ujjwal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. And what about Rakshit PT and Rakshit RT? Are there Rakshit PT? Rakshit? Okay. Now see, some of you are not joining. Rajkumar? Rajkumar is there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, so here in this impedance next topic is impedance transformers. Impedance transformers. So in this impedance transformers, why we are using impedance transformers in the resonator circuits? In that resonator circuit, we are using impedance transformers. Transformers means it will change something. It's correct. Transform. It will transform something in the circuit. Okay. So what is needed, why it is needed, we will see now. What is meant by impedance transformers? See here, in the previous class we know quality factor, circuit quality factor. Circuit quality factor is given by F naught divided by delta F. Okay. Or it is also given by Req divided by XP. Req. It is a parallel combination of all the circuit quality factor. Do not do not confuse with the quality factor of component. Circuit quality factor Req divided by XP. Req means what? It is a parallel combination of Rs, RL, RPL and RPC. That means if these are imperfect, L and C, then parallel resistance of this we have to consider. That is RPL in parallel with the RPC. It has a resistance, this also has a resistance. They are also coming in parallel with the RS and RL. Okay, so that is for imperfect component, whatever I have written. So anyway, what we can see from this equation, quality factor of a resonator, it depends on Req. Okay, and again this Req depends on all these four resistor values, Rs, RL, RPL and RPC. Okay, so what we can say from this quality, lesser the value of Req, lesser the value of quality factor, is correct. If Req reduces, quality factor also reduces, is correct from this equation. If Req reduces, quality factor reduces. Req reduces means if any of this is lesser, if Rs is less, or RL is less, RPL, RPC, if any of these resistor value is lesser, then the Req will be lesser. Okay. So if Req reduces, Q also reduces. Okay. So now for example, assuming this L and C are perfect components, L and C are perfect, then Req is equal to Rs in parallel with RL, because RPL and RPC are not there. Okay, they are perfect components. RPL and RPC are not there. Then the equivalent resistance is given by Rs in parallel with RL. That means the load resistance, source resistance and the load resistance. See, this is a source resistance, this is a load resistance. Req equal to Rs in parallel with RL. Now, assuming these are even it is a perfect, L and C is a perfect, resonator is a perfect circuit. Okay, resonant circuit is a perfect circuit. Req depends on Rs and RL. This Rs and RL. And again, this Rs and RL, this is a source resistance and this is a load resistance. Okay, if Req is lesser, Rs is less, if Rs is less or RL is less, then also the quality factor is a lesser. Even resonator circuit is very good resonator circuit without losses, but because of this RS and RL, quality factor of the circuit reduces. If a quality factor of the circuit reduces means its bandwidth increases. Okay, selectivity reduces. See like this. See, this is a response. This is the response of resonator. This is for low Q. If the quality factor is lesser, red color one you will be having. Okay, so quality factor reduces means the bandwidth is more, selectivity is lesser, channel selectivity it may be. Okay, it will be lesser like this, wider bandwidth. So if any of this RS and RL is lesser, then also we will be getting this quality factor reduces. Quality factor reduces means its selectivity reduces. Okay, why REQ reduces? Because of RS is low or RL. This RS is a source resistance, so automatically you cannot take this RS any value because it is a source resistance. It may be a output of some other network. See, resonator, what is the input? This is a resonator circuit. Resonator circuit input is from some other circuit. See, it may be a output of some other circuit, as I said. Okay, in the previous TLW also I told this is a source. Source means maybe some other circuit. Its output resistance is the series source resistance RS. Sometimes we cannot change this RS. It may be fixed because it is the output resistance of some previous network. Okay, output of some previous, for example, filter is connected to the input of the source, or mixer output connected to the resonator. Okay, output of that is the resistance is the RS. So sometimes we may not be able to take any value for this RS. It is depends upon the previous network. Now for example, this RS is low. For example, it may be 50 ohm. RS is 50 ohm. Okay, and assume this may be higher value. RL is equal to some 2K. Okay, if RS is low like a 50 ohm, then what happens here? See, REQ. REQ is equal to, here REQ is, RS is lesser means REQ reduces here. If REQ is lesser means automatically here. Even it is a perfect and RL is a higher value, because of a RS, it may be a input output resistance of some previous network. If it is lesser, automatically this REQ will be lesser. You cannot take this value, cannot change this value. Okay, it may be 50 ohm, but it may be 2K. Okay, for example. Okay, in such a case also the quality factor reduces here. So it broadens the operating bandwidth of the circuit resonator network. Resonator, we were designed, it is very good, but after connecting to the output of your source, the bandwidth may reduce. Okay, that may takes place. And assuming this is not possible to do anything further. In such a case, what we can do is we can go for this impedance transformer. This is RS is fixed, we cannot change, but it's a lower value, low value. RS is there, but is very low value. Because of low value, REQ is low. Okay, that is affecting our bandwidth. Okay, so what we can do is, in such a case, we can do impedance transformers. We can make use of impedance transformers. Okay, this RS assume even it is a low, but by using impedance transformers, we can increase the overall series resistance. Okay, we can increase the overall series resistance RS. RS should be increased. RS, effective RS we have to increase. This is coming from the output of some previous circuit. But effective to the network, we should, through impedance transformers, what we can make, you can, effective resistance we can increase. Okay, that is like this. See here, how we can do that? See, we can use like this resonator circuit. This is a way of using, that is called as, there are two type of impedance transformers are there. Two type of impedance transformers are there. One is called as a tapped C transformer. This is called as a tapped C transformer, and this is called as a tapped L transformer. This is called as tapped L transformer. In this tapped C transformer, what you can observe, see, resonator circuits remains the same. See, this RS is there. whatever RS, even it is low, okay, it is a low value, we take it as it is. But what we did, see this in tapped C transformer, this capacitor is there, this capacitor. Just if you have to split this capacitor into two, you see here, it is splitted into two, okay, and this RS is connected at the split point like this. C2 and C1, this total capacitor C is split into two. A part of that is connected to here and part of that is connected to C1. In between that, the source is connected like this. Only capacitor splitted, okay, and source is connected like this. This is called tapped at the center of these two values, C2 and C1. Total capacitor is net effect of this C equal to C only, okay. Addition of these two should be equal to this C only. Net effect of C2 and C1 must be equal to C, okay. But this inductor is kept as it is. Inductor is there as it is. Only capacitor is tapped like this at the center, okay, this RL. So this is the same as this network, only this capacitor splitted like this, okay. Similarly, inductor, this is called tapped L transform. This network, by using like this, we can increase the net resistance value, okay, by doing like this, splitting this capacitor, the overall input resistance increases. How it increases, we'll see, okay. So similarly, we can do for inductor also. You see this inductor is there. This inductor we can put a tapping like this. A part of that is above and part of that is in the below, okay. And you can take this ratio. See, this is a inductor, means it has a winding like this. Total number of turns is equal to N. Total number of turns equal to N. And out of that total number, N1 number of turns are in the lower part. N1 number of turns in the lower part like this, okay. Remaining turns in the upper part, okay. So this is called as a tapped L transformer. We can use like this or we can like this, or both combination also we can use, okay. But usually one of this will be used, okay. This is tapped C transformer, this is a tapped L transformer. The inductor, total inductor is a L only. Here total capacitor is C only, okay. Only in the capacitor tapped C, this is split. In the tapped L, this is split, okay. So okay, now okay, by doing like this, as I said, RSC, effective value of RS increases, okay. How it increases the value, we will see now. See in this tapped C transformer, okay. First we have to design whatever the way we designed, okay, get the value of L and C. But after getting the L and C value, C is split. If you see, C is equal to C value. C is C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2. See like this. C total C, whatever the resonator circuit design what we got, that it is actually in series. If you are connecting like this, parallel we have to take C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2 here, okay. So now if you do like this, okay, the overall input impedance, it looks like one more resistance will be added here, okay. That net resistance value is given by this equation now. Overall resistance now changes, input resistance, or it looks like the source resistance increased. See what value it increases, it is equal to RS dash. It is given by this equation. This is RS is a whatever a previous initial value, but that increases by this factor. By doing like this, you can increase the value of RS by this factor, okay. So based on this C1 and C2, the RS value changes here. RS now equal to RS dash, okay. So even it is a lesser, RS is lesser, we can increase this net resistance by doing like this, C2 and C1. C1 and C2 you can take based on what is the value of RS dash required, okay. Based on the quality factor, you can choose the value of this C1 and C2, okay. So you take a C1 and C2, increase means C1 is greater than C2 automatically, is correct. C1 should be greater than C2. You take a value, some value for this C1 based on what value of RS dash you needed, okay. Another one you can assume, and another you can get a value here, okay. So like that, to net resistance value depends upon C1 and C2 ratio. C1 and C2 ratio you can choose based on what is the value of required resistance. Net resistance value RS we needed. Okay. Similarly, so like that we can increase the value. So what is the function of this tapping is it increases the effective resistance of the circuit. Okay, how much it increases, that is given by this factor C1 by choosing C1 and C2. Similarly, by splitting like this also we can increase the net resistance. Here the net resistance is given by RS. It increases the RS value by this factor N1 by N1, N by N1. So N1 you can choose based on the value of RS dash required. You can choose the value of N1 here. Okay, lesser the value of N1, this ratio will be more, automatically the resistance will increase, because lesser the value of RS. Okay, and as I said, REQ reduces means quality factor reduces. So what we have to do, we have to increase. Okay, because RS sometimes it is a source resistance, you may not change this RS, but effective source resistance you can change. For the resonator circuit, it feels like its resistance is equal to RS dash instead of RS. If you do like this, okay, if you do like this, what happens? The circuit feels like there is a resistance of RS dash instead of RS. Okay, so you can choose the value of N1 and N2, and based on that you can what is the net resistance you can change. This is the design equation here. Okay, just a very simple, but you should choose based on the value of your requirement. You can get a value of N1 and increase the value of this. Okay, so this is called as a tapped L transformer. Okay, so using this tapped L and tapped C transformers, there is a problem statement here. Okay, understood? So this is why we are using this impedance transformers, because we are not adding any extra component here, is correct. We are not adding any extra component. Just what the basic concept here is splitting this L and C by retaining the value of L and C, whatever you designed for that particular frequency, only split the value of L and C. Okay, and by doing like that, net input resistance changes, that source resistance changes. Okay, so like that you can increase the quality factor of that network. So here is the problem here. Okay, design a resonant circuit such that it operates between RS 50 ohm and RL is equal to 200 ohm with a Q is equal to 20. Okay, but here you see RS is 50 ohm is given, RL is 200 ohm, 2000 ohm, 2K, it is no problem, but the RS is 50 ohm, so it will affect the quality factor. Actually, if you use this RS equal to 50 ohm, you may not get a quality factor equal to 20. Okay, so you should use either this form or this one to increase the quality factor to this value. Okay, okay, in the next class we will see this. Okay, all of you audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in the next class Mallikarjun sir will continue the class. Okay, we will see in the next class.